Hello everybody, welcome to US Weather Plus severe weather overview as well as tropical weather update for June 3rd, 2013. And the main topic of the video today is gonna be tropical development possible by late this week into next week. But before that though, I want to take a quick look at severe weather going on across portions of the plains now, as well as possibly the Carolinas. So here is the Storm Prediction Center, and we just gotta watch issues. Severe thunderstorm watch portions of Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas, including portions of a large slight risk area. This watch includes a low threat for tornadoes, a moderate threat for severe wind, and a moderate threat for severe hail. A few storms have already popped up in western Kansas, but more widespread activity is expected throughout the early afternoon and evening hours. Let's take a look at the convective outlook, and we have a 2% tornado risk for portions of Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. The main threat will be wind tonight, with a 30% risk for wind in portions of Oklahoma, Texas, and Kansas, as well as a chance of a few strong wind gusts across the Carolinas and Virginia. The hail threat will still exist across much of the slight risk area across the Great Plains. Let's go to the day 2 outlook, and tomorrow I got a more dangerous area of slight risk that's gonna be covering portions of the Missouri Valley as well as the lower plains, with some large hail possible in this hatched area especially. Some strong to damaging wind gusts will still be possible across maybe portions of Alabama and Georgia. By day 3, that area continues to exist across the lower plains, and hail and strong winds will still be possible across portions of Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Potential is too low for days 4 to 8. Now, let's take a quick look at the radar here, but there's not a lot. There's just one small hail-producing storm that's north of Liberal and west of Sublette, and that producing some small hail, I think, but otherwise there's no real activity yet. And this is the only real area to watch right now, although there might be more later. Now, what I want to go to is the National Hurricane Center. Now, this is a pretty interesting thing. The National Hurricane Center is saying that there is a possibility of a tropical depression, maybe a low-end tropical storm, forming in portions of the eastern Gulf of Mexico and heading up into Florida, maybe along the east coast. That may be a pretty interesting thing, so let's dive closer into this. Now, here is the National Hurricane Center, and this is the graphical tropical weather outlook. Now, they're putting a 20% chance for a tropical cyclone formation in portions of the eastern Gulf of Mexico in this area, and I agree with that. Let me read you what it says here. A weak low-pressure area is located over the south-central Gulf of Mexico. Disorganized showers and thunderstorms associated with this system are located well east of the center due to unfavorable upper-level winds. Any development of this system is likely to be slow to occur due to the marginally favorable environmental conditions. This system has a low chance, 20%, of becoming a tropical cyclone during the next 48 hours as it drifts generally northward. Elsewhere, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 48 hours. Now, I think this could acquire an orange color, maybe a 30% chance. I think this could reach a 30% chance by tomorrow for this area. Let me outline it for you. So, this area will have a 30% chance by tomorrow, I think. Let's put it like this. Area will have a 30% chance by tomorrow, but not higher. I don't think higher. Now, we've been here again. I'll zoom in quickly for you so you see this area southwest of Florida. This will be headed towards Florida, and then maybe on the east coast. Yes, I think the track will be something like this. and then head up there. It'll become a tropical storm in this area. Now, now I want to show you the models, if you don't mind. So here is the GFS, and the GFS brings up this thing in the west end of Florida. It shows very strong just before reaching the Florida coast, as you see here, just west of Florida, and then it weakens slightly, but keeps going, and just stays in one place, but eventually it gets up into western Florida and strengthens again. So this is pretty interesting. It could be very heavy rainfall around Tampa. I would say that around Tampa, with the system, you can get 5 to 6 inches of rain, at least 4 inches, 4 plus. I haven't made a rainfall forecast yet. Then this weekends, but it still heads up the east coast, pretty far from the coast, but there still could be some impacts, and then it completely weakens. The Europe starts off weaker and then brings it closer to the east coast. Here's the Euro. See, it doesn't put it very strong, but it puts a tropical depression. GFS puts it as a brief tropical storm. This puts it as a tropical depression all the time, but a strong tropical depression. It heads up into Florida and into portions of Georgia too, and up into South Carolina. And that's sort of that's a little weird. It seems to form another low forming more inland. That's a little bit weird. And then this one dies out. The old one in here dies out, and this one heads up here, and it impacts portions of the northeast. So that's a very interesting scenario. How it puts up but I'm not completely sure if this will happen, but it's a pretty interesting scenario. Let me try showing the rainfall totals here, and if I find them, hang on, let's see. Let's take a look at this. Sorry for the delay. Okay, no, I didn't mean this. Let's see. Don't accumulate precip forecast hour. Okay, this is what I mean. Now, this is the rainfall forecast for the next week by the GFS. Now, this shows over 10 inches of rain in the eastern Gulf of Mexico. But near Florida, it still shows 5 to 6 inches in the Tampa Bay area, and I agree with that. I agree with that forecast. However, it shows a lot less in these areas, maybe 2 inches, and I don't agree with that. I think all of this area could see at least 3 inches, 3 to 5. Well, let's say 3 to 4. All of this area, especially around Cape Cod, Cape Hatteras, and portions of South Carolina. If there is a euro for the same, let's see. Hang on. Total Phoenix. Let's take a look on this. This is okay, no, the euro doesn't have it, but anyway, so that's pretty much that's the rainfalls. Man, look how these become bigger and bigger. You see that I'm putting this into motion. Okay, let me put this into motion. Hang on. So, see, okay, let me put this speed a little bit faster. You see how this precipitation ramps up. Okay, sorry for that. Let me put this off. So see how that precipitation really goes up into. Let me delete all of. Oh, crap. Okay. So, here we are. I'm like looping it again. You see how the precipitation totals really go up here in the southeast, but they really don't go up along the east coast. They do go up, but not really that much, and I don't really agree with that. And plus, they show more totals inland, as you see in Pennsylvania and New York, and that's surprising. Unless that inland low forms like the Ural shows it, which I highly doubt, then that should not happen. Anyway, so what I want to show you. Let's stop this. Here we are. I want to show you my forecast for this thing, for the tropical storm. So let's start up here. First, let's take a look at the tropical weather key. Now, the impact scale. A green color means a slight impact, which means a tropical depression would be possible. A yellow color means a moderate impact, which means a tropical depression will be likely, but a tropical storm will not be out of the question. An orange color means a high impact. A tropical storm will be likely, but a hurricane might be possible too. A red color means an extreme risk, and that means a hurricane will be likely, although probably at the second category or lower. And the purple color means an excessive impact, which means a major hurricane, category 3 or higher, will be likely. Examples include Katrina, Brett, Ike, and several others. Sandy does not go into this list because even though Sandy was so powerful, it still was a cat 2. No, it was a cat 1. So Sandy wouldn't go. I think it wouldn't go into this list. Well, it's just although probably a cat 2 or lower, but still I wouldn't put Sandy into excessive because it was a cat 1. It doesn't really go into this list, but definitely like something like Katrina or Ike. Now, this part of the scale is tropical weather symbols, and a letter L. Now, a red letter L means a future tropical depression. A black letter L means a current tropical depression, and a gray letter L means a past tropical depression. When I say future, it means predicted. Now, this symbol, this hurricane symbol with a white spot in the middle, that's a tropical storm. A red symbol means a future tropical storm. Black, current tropical storm. Gray, past tropical storm. And the hurricane symbol means hurricane. Red means future hurricane, black means current hurricane, and gray means past hurricane. A gray line means a past storm track, and a red line means a predicted storm track. And now we're going to go to the forecast. On much of these coastal areas, I think they'll have a slight impact, even going a little bit inland to Georgia maybe, or South Carolina, but the bigger impact would be somewhere here just south of Tampa. That's where there might be a brief tropical storm, moderate impact. Although still impacts not be high from this storm. It will not be a huge storm, and this will be Andrea. But I want to show you the track, and the tropical depression that began here in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, head northeast into Florida, become a tropical storm in western Florida, but not for long. After crossing the Florida Peninsula, probably will become a depression again, head up the East Florida coast, and following the Georgia and South Carolina coasts, maybe briefly landfall in South Carolina, the tropical depression, then continue following the Carolina coasts, almost hitting Cape Hatteras, and eventually wearing itself out just northeast of Cape Hatteras. After being a tropical depression for some time, well, most of its energy would be transferred here, possibly and continue to produce heavy rainfall across the northeast. It might be a northeaster. Obviously not snow, but rain.